right, fifth grade, we're ready to get started with some problems for our concept development today for Module 1, Lesson number 2. So you've already done a couple things to help jog your memory about what we studied yesterday, and today we're going to be taking that one step farther. The first problem that we're going to look at, 367 times 10. We're going to go ahead and start by putting our 367 into our place value chart. So over here we have our 3 in the hundreds place, our 6 in the tens place, and our 7 in the ones place. So then when I multiply by 10, I know that my multiplication sign here means that my number is getting bigger. All right, so I'm going to write that in. My number is getting bigger. Now if my number is getting bigger, which way do you think it should move on my place value chart? If you thought that it should move this way, which is my right, but it's your left, okay? If you thought it should move left, you would be correct. So multiplying by 10 means my number is getting bigger, and then I know that it's by 10, so it's only going to move one place value. One place value. All right, so I'm going to start by drawing arrows to move all of my numbers over 1. So I now have 3,607. I can't leave this spot blank, my ones place, so I can't put a number above 0 there because that would change the value. So I'm going to put a 0 as a placeholder, okay? So I now have 3,670 as my answer. All right, so the notes that I chose to leave on the board, over here we know that my multiplication sign means that my number is going to be getting bigger, and so I know that I'm going to be shifting my numbers to the left. I also left on the board that when I'm multiplying or dividing by 10, I know that I'm only shifting one space, okay? All right, we're going to move on to the next problem, which looks strangely similar. 367 divided by 10. All right, so we know my 10 here is the same. I already know. That means that I shift once. But the difference is right here. I have a division sign instead of a multiplication sign. So it's going to be the opposite over here. So this division sign tells me my number is going to be getting smaller, and it's going to be moving not left, but right. Start by putting my 367 in my place value chart, just like before. But this time, instead of shifting left, we are shifting right. Final answer now is 36.7. Next problem looks a little bit different. We're this time going to have a number in the thousands place. So we have 4,367. We're going to start with our multiplication, just like last time, and then we're going to move on. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and try this for yourself. Welcome back. The answer that you should have gotten is 43,670. I got that because I know my multiplication sign means that I'm getting bigger and moving to the left. I also know that since I'm multiplying by 10, my numbers are only shifting one place value. Also, you're probably going to notice I had an oopsie. I didn't add enough boxes, so I just drew another one on, no problem. Okay, we're going to move on to another problem. So our next problem is basically the same thing, except one little difference. I now have a division sign instead of a multiplication sign. Go ahead and pause the video and try this for yourself. Welcome back, everyone. The answer that I'm hoping you got is 436.7. I got this because I know my division sign means that my number is going to be moving to the right, and it's going to be getting smaller, all right? So my starting number was 4,367, and I now have 436. That is smaller than the number that I started with, so I know that I'm on the right track. I also know that since I'm dividing by 10, my numbers are only shifting one time. So I moved everything over one time to the right, and I now have 436.7 as my answer. I hope you did well. An important thing to take away from these problems is that all of my digits are the same. See how I have the same numbers? I have a 4, 3, 6, 7, and down here in my answer, I also have a 4, 3, 6, 7. That's an important lesson to take away from these problems, that while our numbers have shifted in their placement, they are still the same digits. We're going to try these next problems without using our place value chart. I just want to go over one quick thing. We've been multiplying by tens so far, and I know that that means that I'm shifting one place value. Whenever I'm using the hundreds, I know that I'm going to be shifting by 2 place values. The first problem that I'd like you to practice this with is 215.6 times 100. Pause the video and give that a try. I am multiplying, which when I reference my notes over here, I know that that means my number is going to be getting bigger and it's going to be moving to the left. I also know that this 100 right here means that I'm going to be shifting my numbers 2 times. So when I shift my numbers, I now have 2, 1, 5, 6, same digits, just in different places. But now I have this empty space here. Remember what we talked about before? I can't put a big number there, not even like a 1 or a 2, even though those are small numbers. I can't put them there because it changes the value. So I'm going to put a 0 in its place. That 0 is a placeholder. When I write my number down below, I have 21,560. And that's our answer. 215.6 divided by 100. Pause the video again and try it out. This time we have changed it into a division problem. The number that I hope you came up with is 2.156. All right, I know this is the right answer because I shifted all of my numbers over 2 places. 1, 2. And my number also got smaller, which is what should happen when I'm dividing. Here are the next 2 problems I'd like you to try out. Pause the video and give these 2 a go. This is what my work looks like when I'm finding the answer for 3.7 times 100. When I'm solving the problem 3.7 divided by 100, this is what my work looks like. You'll notice over here in the tens place, I have a 0. It works the same way as the ones place. I can't leave this space blank, but I can't put a number there. So I'm putting a 0 as a placeholder. This makes my answer for 3.7 divided by 100 0.037. If you feel like you need a little more practice or you're looking for a challenge, these 2 problems are a great place to start. And here are your answers. I hope everything goes well on your problem set and your exit ticket today. Email any of us teachers and I'm sure we'll be ready to help you. Have a great day.